As fans everywhere continue to say farewell to the A's in their last game in Oakland, one fan right here at Good Day would like to say his own farewell.
Yes, our very own Dave Grashoff, noted baseball lover of baseball, gives us his history with the iconic team in Oakland. Hey, Dave.
Yeah, you guys know that I'm a huge Dodger fan. I bleed Dodger blue, but of course growing up in Sacramento, you cannot help but love the A's because they were the American League team that was close, and so it was just a drive down the freeway and you'd be at an A's game. So I started going back in the 1970s is when my dad was taking us. I got a ticket stub and a few other things to show you here. Just, yeah, my first recollection, I got to meet, here's a random name for you, Roy Smalley. He played for the Twins. My dad knew his dad, and so I got to meet Roy Smalley, and of course he played for the Twins, and so during that time I got to watch Rod Carew play. Ooh. There was another time that I went, and it was when Dave Kingman, King Kong, played for the A's, early 80s, and I was sitting in the outfield bleachers. He was sitting at home run number 299, and I was hoping to get home run ball number 300 from Dave Kingman. That didn't happen, but I remembered I paid like $9 to sit in the outfield seats at that time. So just, you know, through the years, you guys remember some of the big names. Of course, Rickey Henderson is my all-time favorite baseball player, greatest leadoff hitter of all time in my eyes. Of course, Tony Amos and players like Rod Carew, Wade Boggs through the years, Mattingly and McGuire and Jose Canseco and Terry Steinbach, and you know, just some of the bigger names that we got to see play. And then as I got older and got into TV, I was working for a station across town, and I was able to go and cover the 1990 World Series when the A's played the Reds. But they had to beat the Red Sox to get into the World Series, and I got a foul ball. Roger Clemens was pitching, and they've sat the media in the third deck right behind home plate. I was first row, third deck, and Terry Steinbach fouled off a pitch from Roger Clemens, and the ball went right through my hands, hit the back of the seat, and then bounced right to me. So I have to admit I didn't catch it right away, but that was my first and only foul ball that I got as a member of the media. So one of the other great memories, just going with friends, driving to Concord when I was old enough to drive, and then drive to Concord, hop on BART, and then just take BART into the Coliseum, and then walk across the bridge to games. So many good memories. Again, I bleed Dodger blue, but A's by far my second, with you know, the great memories of just being able to go. I think I paid $5 for my first ticket that actually went to the game, and I still have the helmet from the 70s.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that hat. Was that filled with ice cream when you bought it, or?
It is right now.
No, and it actually fits my head, so that's the good thing, and it's still in pretty good shape through the years.
Yeah,
so
take you out to the batting cages with that thing.
I think when I got it, I had hair, and now it protects my bald head. So no, I had to break it out for at least today.
How much your head would sweat in one of those things.
Yeah.
Just curious, Dave. I mean, this answer is different for everybody, but who is the player you most associate with the Oakland A's? Who was the, for lack of a better term, face of the franchise over the history? Because I have my answer. Curious what yours is.
Rickey Henderson, without a doubt.
That was mine too.
Mine too.
Just, again, I think he's the greatest leadoff hitter of all time. He obviously had the speed. If he would walk or single, he'd be at third base a few pitches later. So that was the great thing about him. And he also hit for power. I believe he holds the all-time record as the
leadoff home run
record. So, you know, when he first came into the league, he wore number 35, and then he switched to number 24. But I always remember, especially the Mother's Cookies cards that you used to get. In those photos, he wore number 35. And then, for whatever reason, switched to number 24.
I agree with you on that, Rickey Henderson. Bash Brothers, close second, though. Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire.
Good stuff.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks for sharing that with us.
One last thing. Yeah, one last thing. Speaking about the A's, is I had heard that Vida Blue, back in his day, I heard he was a fan of Good Day Sacramento. I believe in his later years he lived like in Modesto or some place in our viewing audience, and he liked Good Day Sacramento.
That's amazing. Probably like you, Dave.
He's another Oakland A that I associate with. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, buddy.